Hello, I am back. My computer was broken, but I have a new, slightly worse computer and a new, slightly worse editing program, so I can do movie reviews again. Let's just get into it. This was going to be a review of the horror comedy Ghost Fever. But then I got about 30 seconds into the movie and this happened.
Who are you?
Name's Jethro. I'm district supervisor. My job is to make sure you spooks don't get too far out of line.
Jethro, you look very familiar to me.
I should. I was one of your father's slaves.
So instead, we are reviewing Avenging Force, starring Michael Dudikoff. This movie is by request, and it begins with people being hunted in the swamps of Louisiana. And an unmistakable sign of quality. We quickly move on from the murders in the swamp to meet Michael Dudikoff and his little sister by 20 years, Sarah. They're preparing to go meet Dudikoff's best friend, played by Steve James. He's running for Senate, and there's a big parade. But during the parade, gunmen jump out of nowhere and murder the fuck out of everybody, including one of Steve James' kids. Because they didn't actually kill Steve James, this is considered a failure. So they grenade launch the house he's in, and Steve James runs back into the burning building to save his other kid with a fucking crossbow bolt hanging out of his back.
I'm coming. I'm here. I got you, son.
This movie is already pretty badass, and there's tons of death and stunt work and people running into fires and explosions, one dude being on fire. But then we need to get down to our main part of guy being hunted in the swamp again, and we do figure out who the bad guys actually are, why they're trying to kill this senator, and not just so one of their guys can continue to be senator. Yeah, they're a far-right militant group, and if you're one of the people that comment on my videos about how if you didn't swear so much, maybe you'd get some viewers, you're really not going to like what this guy has to say.
You know what's coming, don't you? Rioting in the streets of our cities.
Yes, sir. Started already. Right.
That's right. Civil disorder everywhere. Dope-crazed savages. Gangs of nigger rapists.
Right.
Sniveling politicians trying to enforce gun control.
As long as YouTube makes money, they don't care. As we enter the end of the movie, a shitload of bad guys have been killed at multiple locations. We're down to like 4. And only 2 good guys left, Michael Dudikoff and his sister. The bad guys prepare for their big hunt. And I love that they wear different outfits so you can actually tell who the fuck is who. I'm going to try something a little different in this video. There's 4 major fight scenes at the end of this film. I'm just going to talk over one of them as the film goes. Yeah, it's a crazy film. There's lots of action, lots of fun things going on. Despite the crazy racism of the bad guys, not sure what their motive is other than being evil. There's not a lot of the hunting humans aspect as I thought there would be when I started watching the movie. They know who the good guy is, and at one point he's like, I could go undercover and pretend to be hunted. And the next scene is a bad guy saying, hey, let's kidnap him and hunt him. So they both know, so that kind of goes nowhere. There's large continuity mistakes where they're fighting in the fucking swamp and he's soaking wet, and then he'll go to the next location and be dry. He wades through a fucking river and comes out bone dry. But lots of action, lots of fun. Michael Dudikoff is great as always. His friend is great. He gets a bunch of action scenes, including walking through a fucking burning building while on fire, shot in the back multiple times, and a crossbow bolt sticking out of his back. Who cares? Gotta save my kid. Roar! He just powers through. Everybody in this fucking movie dies. There's a little bit of sequel bait that you don't know whether they're going to continue to. Who is there a 5th man behind Triangular? Yes, but he can't prove it. If there was a sequel, might have got into that, but there wasn't, so it doesn't. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for watching, and as always, I shall try to do better next time. Here is a random clip from Ghost Fever that shows why I didn't watch that fucking movie. Seriously, I just put in a random timestamp and came upon this crazy bullshit.
Buford could have been killed.